We've seen many parts of Australia, like Sydney's Opera House, the koalas in Brisbane, the sands on Fraser Island, and the Great Barrier Reef. Now we'll go inland to the Atherton Tablelands. They call it the Tablelands because the land is high and flat, just like a table, but it's really a volcanic plateau. We'll leave Cairns and drive to the town of Yungaburra along a very windy road. You go back and forth for a long time, but look at the cars on the other side of the road. Do you notice anything different about them? In Australia, you drive on the opposite side of the road than in America. When you finally get to Yungaburra, you'll see it's worth the drive. There are waterfalls you can hike to. Where the water falls over basalt rock like we learned in science, you can hike to them and even swim in them. One popular place to visit in Yungaburra is a tree called the curtain fig tree. They have a sign by the tree explaining about it. First, a seed is dropped on a branch, probably from a bird or a tree kangaroo. So a little tree started to grow right on the branch. Then the roots grew right through the air towards the ground, grabbing the tree trunk on the way down and strangling it. It pulled the tree down till it fell on the tree next door. The roots hung through the air so they looked like a giant curtain. Finally, the tree underneath rotted away, so only the curtain roots were left. It's pretty amazing. There's a lot of things to do in Yungaburra, like take a night canoe trip. They give you powerful flashlights to wear around your neck for spotting animals. This is a pademelon. They're like small kangaroos that live in the rainforest. It was pitch black on the lake as we paddled, navigating through a forest of dead tree trunks. There were fish jumping in the air all around the canoe. They're called tilapia, and in Australia, they're actually bad for the environment because there's too many. If you catch one, it is illegal to throw it back. Here you can see how they fly. We could hear them jumping all around our canoe, but we couldn't see them in the dark. We had to use the paddle to keep them out of the canoe, but we had to be careful not to move too much or the canoe would tip over. Then our guide spotted something shine up on the rocks. It was a huge python. He told me not to worry, they aren't poisonous. They don't even have teeth. They just strangle their prey. Another nocturnal animal you see in Australia is the bandicoot. Bandicoots are marsupials, which means they carry their babies in the pouch. Their habitat is the rainforest and their biggest enemy is man. Then we took our flashlights and went spotlighting through the forest. We learned that box jellies aren't the only dangerous stingers in Australia. We came upon this plant and we were warned not to touch it. It's called the gimpy gimpy, or stinging tree. If you touch it, it can cause pain for up to a whole year. The leaves are covered with teeny tiny hairs that act like needles and go into your skin, like when you get a shot at the doctor's office. They break off and get buried in your skin, so they're hard to remove. They have poison in them, and whenever you get your skin wet, it activates the poison and stings.
But here in the Australian rainforest, the green stuff can be out to get you as well. There it is, the gimpy gimpy. This rather ordinary and harmless looking plant is actually one of the most painful plants in the world.
The next day, another guide taught us about Australian birds of prey. We met a barking owl. Listen, you can hear it bark.
Generally referred to as a barking owl. It's a different sound. As owls go, this is a fast flying owl, which you will experience.
We also saw one of the largest birds of prey in the world, the wedge-tailed eagle. It is like our golden eagle, but it is found in Australia. It gets its name from the wedge shape of its tail. They have excellent eyesight to spot prey from very high in the sky, and the hook on their beak is to pull apart their food. We even saw a bird that was trained to pick up trash and throw it away to help keep the environment clean. There are only 2 mammals in the world that lay eggs. They are called monotremes. One of them is the platypus, and the other is the echidna. Spotting a platypus takes patience. We spent hours staring at the water before we saw one. Then we saw about 5, one after another. We learned that they're easier to spot at dusk.
This galaxy of little lights is created by thousands of glowworms. A silken strand is lowered from the ceiling, alongside hundreds of others. Beautiful as these threads are, they have a sinister purpose. This is a cave glowworm. To trap its prey, it goes fishing with a line of silk. The silk comes from glands in the glowworm's mouth and is loaded with droplets of mucus. That ghostly blue light comes from a chemical reaction taking place inside a special capsule in its tail. The light is a lure to attract prey. Insects seem irresistibly drawn to the source and to the trap. Once stuck, there's no escape. The worm just reels in the line and slowly consumes the catch, alive.
Baby possum? She's a little older now, can you do that in about 4 inches long in body? And in about another couple of months, she'll
They don't even hurt at all.
These really warm right now.
Here's a song called Waltzing Matilda. It's almost Australia's secondary national anthem. A lot of people don't know what it's all about, so let me explain it. It's a song about an Australian who wanders aimlessly through the Australian bush And he takes all his belongings wrapped up in an old sort of blanket strung across his shoulders, and this is called his swag, hence the name Swagman. That's what he's called. Now, affectionately, he refers to this swag as Matilda. It's like his only companion. He's a bit of a character, you know, he thinks it's a real person. He talks to this swag as he wanders lonely through the bush. And so the words waltzing Matilda actually mean carrying this thing on your back through the Australian bush. A billabong is a pool of deep water, not to be confused with the billy, which is the little tin can they boil the tea in, which I told you about. A jumbuck is a sheep. A tucker bag is a bag for carrying tucker. It's a sort of a food bag, you'd call that. The squatter is the big landowner. That's enough, let's get on with the song. Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Then down came a jumbuck to drink at that billabong. Up jumped the swagman and grabbed him with glee, and he sang as he shoved that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Ooh, waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he shoved that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Then down came the squatter, mounted on his thoroughbred. Down came the troopers. 1, 2, 3. Righto, where's that jolly jumbuck that you've got in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. So up jumped the swagman, and he sprang into that billabong. You'll never take me alive, said he. And his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda.
Hope you're all having a great time over there in little old USA. We're having a good time here in Australia, aren't we, Trevor?
Yeah.
Crikey, it's all right by me.